Season 4 Part 2's countdown has officially begun, because as of the time of filming, we've officially received the first teaser trailer for the new season of the show. Coming in with 30 seconds, let's just say I'm very excited. But of course, with those 30 seconds comes new details for us to speculate on, comes new ideas and new theories that comes along with it. 30 seconds is a lot. It can reveal a lot of things to you, and I surely have a lot to say about it. And that is going to be what I do for you today in this quick video. I am going to go through these 30 seconds, show you some things I picked up on, and show you some speculation that does come along with it. So, let me not waste any more of your time, and let's talk about the new teaser for Season 4 Part 2. We open up with a shot of Ninjago City, and we get to see Ryu, Euphrasia, and Frag actually flying down, presumably to fight against an enemy. We get to know a lot about this. For example, we're in Ninjago City in this season, which is pretty cool. Ryu is retaining his original idea from Season 4 Part 1, and also is the same for Euphrasia and Frag. No new outfits is at least a little bit of a shame, but I'm actually just glad to see that we are getting content with them in Ninjago City. We then move over to a shot of Zilvar, and we actually get to see his model for the first time. He looks amazing looking. I love how this design looks, and not to mention the fact he does have the Weapon of Desolation with him. It's going to be interesting to see how he acquires it, how he's going to use it, and everything that comes in between that. Honestly, just cool to see that we are getting some confirmation that it is returning and who it's going to be in possession of. Honestly, very much looking forward to seeing this. He looks innocent, but I have a feeling that he isn't. Following that is then this shot of Percival, and he's being captured by this robotic squid-like alien thing. I'm very curious to know where this is actually going to be originating from. I initially thought it was some form of Imperium tech, but the thing is that it doesn't resemble it in terms of a design basis. If you look at the top, there's this purple crystal also coming out of it. I'm wondering if that is going to play a part in any sort of way. The only thing that it actually kind of reminds me of is weirdly Umbra Sylvis, but the thing is that they don't really have technology. Or do they have it now after everything that happened with the Loyalists? There's a lot of questions that do come from it, and it would actually make sense if it is going to be Umbra Sylvis with technology, because it was Imperiums that did what they did to them, but that could be a completely irrelevant thing. Regardless, Percival's returning, and again, doesn't look like Imperium, so it's going to be interesting to see. We then get to this shot of the land bounty, and this is really cool to see because it is going to be actually in the season. It looks fantastic and very reminiscent, obviously, of the original land bounty. We get to see who's actually on the inside as well. We can see that Lloyd is in there, and then next to them, I'm actually not entirely certain. I'm actually quite concerned as to who this truly is. There's an orange reflection, so it could be an Imperium, it could be, for example, Cole. We don't actually have the answer, but I'm curious to know who is there. But following up are enemies, and it's interesting to see them as well. I'm very curious to know what this action scene is going to be in accordance with, but again, we have little to no context. But we do know they are in the Land of Madness, which is fairly interesting. It could be anything, but who truly knows? After that is this shot of the 5 Ninja, and I will say, I love this shot. This is one of the 2 thumbnails of this video for a reason. I love seeing all of the ninja together, and it does actually beg a couple of questions. For one, who is that in the background? Number 2, where actually are they? Number 3, where is Jay? And number 4, why is Nia now in some weird hybrid combination of the spectral suit and also having a cap on? There's also more black in the outfit in comparison to before, so that's definitely going to be interesting. Maybe Nia is in some sort of undercover mission, but I guess we won't know until the actual point in time. But I just think it's really cool to see all the ninja like this, something that isn't overly common in Dragon's Rising, so that is just on an overall nice. I'm wondering if it does play into the story though, because we do have to note that the ninja don't have their weapons. But regardless, very much curious to know what's going on here, but this is definitely a personal favourite of mine. Next up is this shot of Zilvar using the Weapon of Desolation to call in elemental monsters. Cool that they are returning, cool that we get to see him actually looking quite aggressive in this moment. I'm very curious to know the context here. Based on the land as well, looks like the Netherrealm, but we aren't entirely certain. But regardless, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I just like how clean this shot looks as well. So yeah, this will be cool. I'm wondering who they're actually fighting against. Coming after that is actually this shot. We are back in Ninjago City and we can actually see Wildfire presumably saving 2 citizens. This is cool, a nice development of a character, something I wouldn't have expected from her a few seasons back, but again, it's asking a lot of questions. This is definitely Ninjago City, and is clearly the same scene where we saw Frax, Sora, and Ryu. But the thing is that Wildfire is doing something completely different, so we're wondering how she is going to be implemented into the scene. Also, flying vehicles. Very reminiscent of Rebooted, which is fun, but the thing is that those tires do look like Imperium tech, or the same type of tech that we actually saw in the shot with Percival. But regardless, this is again really cool and looks like it's going to be a very fun action scene, so it definitely does get a positive from me. But now we get into the shot where we actually get to see Jay, and he's being held up against some form of monster that is presumably from the Land of Monsters, and he's actually being held by a Kraggle. So we get to see that this is actually a flashback also based off of Jay's outfit here. He's in his core suit, so it looks like we're going to be given an explanation on what happened to him immediately after the event of the merge. Presumably he was captured and he was given away to the administration, because he looks completely out of it and would actually kind of make sense in accordance with the Land of Madness, but that is just me. Regardless, more Jay content, very happy that we are getting it, and more of an explanation. This is definitely something I am looking forward to. But yeah, honestly, the more Jay the better. But then we again get to another shot of Zilvar, and this one he's actually riding against the beast that we got within the set. It's cool to see that this has been translated and does look extremely cool. I like how fast paced the scene is as well, also presumably still going through the actual land or the Netherrealm, so that is cool to actually see. I'm assuming this is going to be before the scene with the Weapon of Desolation, because we can't outright see it, but it could be either or. But again, just really cool. Looks like we're going to get a lot of time with Zilvar, which is definitely going to be a positive. We then do get to another shot of the ninja when it does come to the land bounty in the Land of Madness. We get to see that Cole and Kai are on top, fighting against someone who I'm not actually entirely certain of. It could be basically anyone, but the thing is that it's still cool that we're going to get to see the ninja fighting when it does come to this season together. I just like how aggressive they look. I love Cole's expression here. I love the outfits. Everything about it is extremely nice. Honestly, this is gearing up to be a fantastic looking set piece, so I'm personally very excited for this one. But yeah, Cole getting love, he's my favorite ninja, so I'm very happy here. But speaking of being happy, the following shot is Sora in Ninjago City with one of the mech riders. This looks like one of the ones that she did have way back in the earlier seasons, and it looks like she is going to be racing here, or she's just simply trying to get somewhere where the ninja are. But it is cool, some Sora content is always nice. We get to see that she is looking fairly aggressive in this scene. It'll be interesting to know if this is related to her parents, but the thing is that this is again just another one I'm really excited to see. If Sora is speeding through Ninjago City, that is definitely going to be amazing looking, especially because of how little we do get in Ninjago City. So yeah, again, another one that had me really excited. But we're going to go from excited to funny, because then we got a shot of Wildfire driving through Ninjago City with the Legacy X1 Ninja Charger. So it is going to be canon to the show itself. We are actually going to see this design. Makes me wonder if it wasn't meant to be in the Legacy line, but budget didn't allow for it, but that's just me. But it is cool that it's going to get some use. Wildfire using it is really cool to see, and it looks alright in terms of the actual in-show model, but again, just doesn't look like the X1 Ninja Charger, but it doesn't look like it's meant to be. So cool, I'm glad that it's actually getting something more, makes me appreciate the set more at the very least. And that leads off to the final shot that we actually got to see, which is Lloyd in his Draconis form on top of the ice. This, in my opinion, all but confirms we are in the Netherrealm, because this is basically 1-for-1. He's fighting off against some elemental monsters, so presumably also we're gonna see Zilvar here. But yeah, really like how clean this shot looks, like we get more of Lloyd. It looks like he's combining Spinjitzu with his dragon power, which is nice as well, so it was definitely a really cool shot to end this all off on. And honestly, for 30 seconds, we got a lot, and I'm very happy. Because I think on an overall, this was a fantastic first teaser when it does come to Season 4 Part 2. I think we've gotten a lot here, I think we've got a lot of interesting details, and it'll be definitely fun to theorize on what we will be seeing moving forth. I'm going to be perfectly honest, even though I am actively thinking about what we're seeing here, I'm honestly kind of curious to know what the plot is truly going to be. In terms of Zilvar, he's just simply put summoning elemental monsters. He must have some form of plan, but it seems to be that LEGO are holding it close to their chest, which is honestly a massive benefit. I think that will just serve in terms of hype. I like just that we got tons of the ninja, we got a lot of action scenes, no Raz, which is fairly interesting, none of Sora's parents, which are certainly interesting, and none of anything in relation to the Source Dragons. So I do think we're going to be in for a whole lot more in terms of details moving forth, but regardless, we're definitely in a situation where we've still got some cool stuff to see, and I'm definitely curious to know what you guys think of it in particular. Because yeah, there's a lot going on here, and I'm definitely curious to know what you guys are thinking when it does come to this teaser trailer. And I would love to know as well, do you like me covering these more topical things? Do you want me to cover the release and the upcoming hype when it does come to part 2? Because I had a lot of fun just talking through this teaser trailer, and I hope you did as well. But thank you very much for watching the video, and I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider subscribing. I love discussing Ninjago with more people. And if you do want to support the channel any further, which you do not have to, you could always become a channel member and join the legends that you see on screen. Each of your support means the absolute world to me, and I truly cannot thank you enough. But like I said, that's about it for today, and take care. Okay,